Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I'm going to take a little flight here, and we're going to go look at a couple of things, especially the progress of a construction site that was started, 2 years ago. It was a alfalfa field, and now they're almost got the whole area filled with houses. They're still working on it. And then also, coming up in the future, we'll learn what this is over here that's sitting, all this stuff piled on this trailer. And so we'll watch this as it progresses here on my son's property. All right, well, I've been having a lot of fun with my new harmonica. I wanted to call it an accordion, which I also could play one time. Used to have one. Anyway, I was in my last video, I was telling you about my music and my love for music and all the things that I've done. So I want to continue on and try to finish it up with this video. We'll see if I can do it or not. But in the last video, I was telling you how I was taking classroom piano, and I had decided to make music my minor. Well, so anyway, the third quarter of piano 103 or whatever it's called, I was able to get private lessons in the office of an instructor who had a grand piano. I'd never played at a grand piano before, so that was special. So anyway, he taught me a lot, and he had me compose music. At that particular time, one of the popular songs was the theme from Exodus, which happened to be in a minor key. And he said, I said, well, I can write the score for that. And so he said, all right. So I went to the piano practice areas, spent a lot of time, wrote it out on sheet music, and brought it back and played it for him. And he said, do you know what key that's in? And I said, I was playing it in the key of C. He says, no, that's not a key of C. That's a minor song. And that's when I learned that the relative minor of the key of C is A minor. That's how he taught. He taught me some really nice stuff. So anyway, at the end of the quarter, he had one of the board members come in. And remember now, I was an industrial arts major, and I had decided to make music my minor. And so he had one of the board members come in, believe it or not, because he thought so much of my ability to play the piano and my skills and just, God-given ability with music. And so he wanted me to memorize 2 songs and play them for this board member. And this lady came in, and I think I've told this story before too, but I'll tell it again because I like telling it. Anyway, she was all spiffied up like she was going to go to church, and kind of an older, little bit on the heavy side. And she sat down over in the chair, and he said, all right, play a song. And I played the first one, got all through, and she clapped and said, whoa, that was nice. And then so he said, all right, play your second one. And I played the second one, and she clapped, and she said, oh, that was really nice. To which he said, that's not bad for an industrial arts major. And she looked at him, and she said, he's an industrial arts major? He's not a music major? And he said, nope. And she said, this college doesn't have a minor in music, because he told her he's a music minor. Well, that's when I learned that I had decided to take music as my minor, and there was no such thing. I couldn't graduate with that. So I changed minors, but I kept playing the piano for fun, didn't take any more music lessons. Well, anyway, so that came along, and then I had, when I was in California, the summer after my first year, not only did I buy a motorcycle, I bought a guitar, a 4-string guitar, because I figured 4 strings would be just pretty much like the ukulele I was playing. and it was easy to play, and I figured, what am I going to do with 6 strings when I only have 5 fingers on my left hand? And so that was my reasoning. So anyway, I played the guitar, and I had a lot of fun with that. And then I worked at the food service, and one of the ladies at the food service was in charge of the condiment service. And so every once in a while, they would ask me if I'd help set things up, because they'd carry stuff across campus to different buildings and set up coffee and cookies. And so I got acquainted with her. Well, she wasn't that much older than me. And so we enjoyed each other's company. And then she and her roommate started inviting me over once in a while in the evening to play my guitar and we'd sing. That was back in the days of the hoot nannies. And we'd sing and have fun. And then they would pick me up and bring me over, because I had my little motorcycle, but it wouldn't work too well. So anyway, picked me up and took me over to their house, and then when we all through, they drive me back home. And so there's one time that one of them picked me up and drove me over to their house, and then they said, "We have a gift for you." And this lady's roommate, whose name was Vivian, really nice lady, young lady. They were all young. So anyway, she had purchased me a banjo. There was a guy named Alfred Fischer, and he was a retired Austrian violin maker, and he was selling banjos for $100, which back then $100 was quite a bit. And she had purchased me a banjo, and it was custom made, 4 strings. It wasn't a 5-string, because I like 4 strings, and so we had a lot of fun playing banjo and singing, and I learned, I really liked it. And so went over with my banjo a couple of times, and then as time went by, I married the one who did not buy me the banjo. So anyway, that's how that went. And there was a Shakey's Pizza Parlor in Bellingham, Washington, where I was going to college. And we'd go down there to Shakey's Pizza Parlor every once in a while and listen to the banjo player down there. Well, so then when I graduated and my wife and I moved over to Eastern Washington, to Pasco, they had a Shakey's Pizza Parlor, but there was no guys playing the piano or anything, and no banjos. And so I asked the manager, I said, you don't have a banjo player or a piano? And he says, no, I can't find one. So I said, well, I can play the banjo if you can find a piano player. Well, he found this guy that could play the piano like nobody's business. His name was Leo Payne, and he was quite a bit older than me, but he could play that piano like nobody's business. And of course, then he printed off song sheets. People would come in on Friday and Saturday nights. I made $12 a night, sitting on the piano, playing songs and having a great time. And so Leo Payne and I, Friday and Saturday nights, we would do that. We did that for, I think, a couple of years. And so I had just lots of fun with my banjo. But I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to have to carry on with the rest of my life and music at another time. So thank you for watching my video, and God bless.